I'm David Wiesman, President of Spectrum Engineers. Spectrum offers a full-service mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and technology systems, including acoustical and lighting design. Most of our clients are architects. We work with an architect to provide an entire, complete design team. We also work directly for owners when they want to upgrade or design or replace specific systems within a building, including healthcare, hospitals, laboratories, higher education buildings, K through 12 schools, retail, office, government buildings, much like this one here, the Utah State Capitol.
The Capitol Restoration Project came about due to the concerns for seismic stability. And the Capitol Preservation Board was created then to oversee that restoration. And so in doing that, they wanted to make sure that we would restore the building to what it was originally from the appearance. However, behind those walls, they wanted a modern, functioning building that provided them with all of the technology and all of the solutions communication-wise that they needed to keep the building up and running for the 21st century.
We provided full mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and technology services. So that included all of the air conditioning systems, heating systems, plumbing, electrical, power distribution, lighting, the technology systems including security, communications, and audiovisual systems for this building.
Well, Spectrum Engineering had a lot of the capabilities that we were looking for with regards to the design of the technology. They also brought in a lot of the audiovisual information and was able to really provide us a full system from the beginning to the end of the project.
One of the primary objectives of this building, given by the architects and the Capitol Preservation Board, was to maintain the historic value and feel of the building. That was number one on the list. That made it very difficult for us to design distribution throughout the building because in the early 1900s they didn't have the technology and the codes that we have to adhere to today.
Part of the work that they had to do was not only provide for the mechanical systems and the engineering to keep the building running today, but they had to look out 100 years and make sure that we were not doing something that we were going to have to replace in the short term.
As you wander the halls and rooms of this building, you will never know that it's one of the highest technologically advanced buildings in the country. It has audiovisual systems, most of which the wiring, the infrastructure is buried in the walls and ceilings. But up front, what you'll notice are audiovisual displays, communication systems, wireless systems and devices that allow this building to be very usable and functional for its users.
Mechanically, we had to make sure that these rooms, when there's 175 people in the space and the warm bodies are heating up and there's emotions flying, that the rooms were able to be controlled. In the past, when we would have large meetings, we would have to pre-cool the room so that we would be able to control the temperature. That isn't always capable in these type of environments where we have a lot of large meetings. So they were challenged to make sure that the rooms were able to stay and maintain at a constant temperature. We also wanted to be careful with the environment. We recognize the importance of sustainability. Even though the building didn't receive any kind of LEED credits because that wasn't something we were interested in at the time, the building is every bit as sustainable today as it will be 100 years from now.
The obvious reasons for sustainability are energy efficiency, the dollars saved by running a building more efficiently. But more importantly, we like to conserve resources for the future.
The telling thing that tells you about how well they did and how well the rest of the team did is, was it done on time and was it done on budget? In this case, we were able to open the building on January 4th, exactly when we said we were going to open it. We had a large party where we invited 3,000 of our closest friends to witness the reopening. And the scheduled date was really in July, where we had to have everything working. but everything was working that Spectrum had responsibility for months before that. As far as the budget goes, we returned $3 million to the legislature. And so I think that you can look at that from the standpoint that they provided great solutions at a budget that we could afford, that at a timely manner that things could arrive here and keep us on budget and on time. So from that standpoint, they did a great job.
Let me give you an example of mechanical and electrical integrated design services. I was walking down the hall of our office one day while working on the state capitol project, and the mechanical engineer pulled me aside and said, "Hey, I've got a great idea. I know how we can distribute our systems through this building and maintain the historic quality of the building." We then got into a discussion of how we can distribute through the building vertically instead of horizontally, which is typically done in most buildings. And we presented this idea to the owner and architects, and they loved it, and that's what we eventually ended up doing. That's just an example of the unplanned, coordinated activity that happens within our office. It allows for better creation, better creativity, and coordination.
I would recommend Spectrum highly. We've worked together for the last 20+ years. They have always done a great job for me. I think if you've got a complicated project that needs good solutions for MEP, electrical, mechanical, that they should be looked at and considered very highly.
If you've seen anything in this video that interests you, or if you're interested in any of the services we can provide, we invite you to contact Spectrum Engineers. Either give us a call on the phone or visit our website.